Well, we are back with the C4 content. Thank you so much all for the support you guys gave me in the last episode. Since that day, the car is parking here and I didn't do anything. I thought about what I was going to do or how I'm going to face, but the reality is for sure I can 100% do it. Would take more time than normal because first, as I said, I don't have time, and you know, you need a lift. There's a couple issues with the exhaust too. So the plan for today is we're gonna take this to Joe. Joe works for a restoration job and they're gonna look at the car for me. I'll try to leave a camera with Joe, so let's see how much he can record this for me, or you know, once we get there I'll try to get like a rundown what is the plan for the car is. Joe is a really good friend of mine, a really skilled mechanic. He does everything, so I think he's the right person to look at it. And on that note, Joe told me don't get a C4, it's not a good car as the C5 is the Z6, and he's completely right. Joe, this is for you. I told I would say that in the front of the camera. I'm making my promise. Let's see if we can get to Joe. Now the challenge is, will this car make it? He's like roughly 10 minutes from me, which mainly hills, but hey, I got our friend here. If that's the case, we spray it and then I'll get my truck and we pull it, right? So let's get this. I mean, the fire extinguisher here, the new fire extinguisher for the C6. To be honest, I don't even know if this car is gonna start. I just don't want to get a trailer to, let's see, we got power, which is good news. It up. What I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a couple of stops here and there to let the car cool down, even though it's only 10 minutes, but I think that's the best thing to do. So the first one's gonna be here. We'll park. That's why sometimes I think I should have a trailer, but where I'm gonna park this, right? Where I'm gonna park the freaking trailer. But anyway, let's go start the car. I'm not gonna lie if I tell you that I'm not scared. I'm like, so I'm not gonna waste my time when we're going. I'll try not to give too much throttle on it. I feel like I have to stop it every like half mile or so. As much as I can. It's very scary though. I'm so scared. There's no other way. Like, Joe doesn't have a trailer. I don't have a trailer. Like, the car doesn't have any power. It's like there's a huge hill to get to Joe's shop. Not sure if we're gonna make it. I'll stop right there to see if the car, it's too good. Like, I'm going super slow though. That's the way we have to do it though. I'll check for anything. Let's check. It's not smelling good though. I literally drove like 2 minutes, but I want to check if there's anything. It's not even hot. It's not even too hot, so I think we're good to drive another 5 minutes and we go from there. Let's go. The car is not even warm, which is good. let's do 2 more minutes. That way it's gonna take only 25 minutes to get to 2 miles. Yeah, I don't want to just give throttle. Like, car is on, but there's no throttle. Like, I'm not putting gas, so, and that way there's no risk. And I just want to make to Jules shop. And I'm telling you, it's less, like, if with the Corvette I'm probably making 5 minutes, because it's like back roads. Let's see. And the car has zero power, and it's back, like, if I give too much throttle, that backfires so bad. I'm just worried about one hill that we have, and then I think we can make it. If we make it that big hill, it's a pretty, like, steep one. I don't see anything. The gauges are fine. I'll probably park a little bit in the front, just so. And you guys can see I'm worried. There's this tip hill here too. But if I give too much gas, we're not gonna, or either we make it or we make on fire. Now it's gonna be pretty bad. No. Good thing is there's no car behind us. We made it one steep hill, but this was just the first one. And now I'm smelling something. Shut it off. Let's check. I don't see anything. I just check. I'm not gonna take you guys outside because I'm in the middle of the road. So I don't know if it's my car or if it's people burning coal though. Super raw, so you guys can follow with me. I cannot wait to get this car squared away. I think the problem is when backfire, but I'm just so worried about that dip, that hill though. I don't know if this is doing anything, guys, but at least for my sanity check. At least for my sanity check, it is. Alright, I'm in the middle of the road, and you can see smoke in here, but it's just getting too hot. I don't know if something is touching something. Yeah, so I'll wait a little bit. There's some smoking going on. I think this was the right approach though. If I was going through, like, that was the hill that I was talking about. Look how, I know it doesn't look that much, but it's a lot. And then we go in that way. I think we are like 2 minutes away, but there's another hill that we have to face, so. People stopping by to ask me if I'm fine. Bro, what's doing? Has been a long time that I don't face a situation like this. Whew. Okay, I think we are halfway through it. And now I remember there are 2 big hills. The thing is, the car can make it, it just doesn't have power. And that comes like the big hill. That's just one part of, there's a light in the middle of it. Always stop there before we get to the stop sign. Or after, I don't know. make it. I'm just afraid to make this catch on fire. And I think my problem was the catch though. They were clogged. It seems like it's working on one cylinder. That's how it feels like. We almost made it. I want to park it right there because there's a car coming behind me. I'm going to just park over here and stay for a little bit. Alright, we made it. We made it the first one, boys. Yeah, we made it the first one. Let's this thing cool down. It smells gas, dude. Alright, let's see if we can make another 2 minutes. The car is gonna even start it. Car power. I gotta take advantage. There's no car behind me. This is just ridiculous. I don't even know why I put myself in this situation. Man, why this car is running like crap like this? It seems to me it's running like in 2 cylinders. I don't even know if it's maybe the optic spark is really bad. It might be the cause of it. And when you look from outside the car, it looks clean. There's this guy, probably was Corvette guy, stopped by and talked to me. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna stop here. That's probably the last stop before we get to the big hill, because I don't want to get there. I'm literally like 2 minutes away from it. I think with fire though, once it gets on fire, you're pretty much done, like completely done. And to be honest, I don't know if what I'm doing here makes sense in the terms of like it's helping. I'm quite sure if, because I just drove a little bit, and after that hill, that's when I saw smoke, and there's another one. So I don't know, let's try. I'm just checking before, like, since we're here. Alright, cop just drove by, and I cannot even put like my seatbelt. Let's see if we can make. There's a car coming. Great. Alright, let's stretch, boys. That's the last hill. If you make this one, I think we should be good. Driving by a race shop. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Oh my god, so many cars behind me. Now there's a dip. Let's go. Let's try to make this. I'm putting neutral. It's right there, it's right there. There's a big truck behind us. No. No. I think we made it. All right, boys, we made it. He's not happy about it.
Almost didn't make it.
Almost didn't make it. So I'm discussing with Joe about the plan, and I'm gonna leave. As I said, he's a pretty skilled mechanic, and he's gonna take care of it for me. But we're gonna do the diagnosis first,
Yeah,
right?
diagnostic first.
So your plan is to check the fuel issue.
Yep. Yeah, we got to get the global fault fixed first, which
Right.
is the fuel pressure. So we have to make sure that fuel pressure is adequate.
Right.
After that, if we can either rectify it easily, then we'll go after if there's any misfires or anything like that. But
So when I post the video, a lot of people are saying like the cats were clogged. Do you think there's anything?
that's absolutely possible, but I don't know if that's what we're dealing with right now.
Right.
So
Because that has nothing to do with the fuel
it has
pressure.
nothing to do with the
Okay.
fueling.
At least I'm
it
not wrong
could
on that.
potentially down the road have something to do with the misfire, but that's we'll cross that bridge
Yeah,
when
we'll
we
cross
get
that.
there.
So the plan is he's gonna look at it, and if he can fix it, thank God we're gonna get a fixed C4 at some point. But if not, I think the worst case scenario is the motor is toasted. That's the worst one.
Let's just hope you didn't hurt it running it on low fuel pressure, because that'll get the valves really hot, and you could
Well,
cause some
I
damage.
never drove this car too far.
Right.
The first time I drove was actually when caught on fire. Yeah, and it was around the block.
Yeah, yeah.
And I heard it was backing fire, and I was like, let's go back home.
Yeah, yeah.
And I drove here.
Okay.
So but that might do it.
Well,
you
we
what I'm
don't
saying?
know how long you were fighting with the low fuel pressure, because I remember when you said you got it, it was running a little rough. So
Right, and that's the thing. I got the car. I got on the trailer.
yeah.
Trailer from my house, from my garage, and
Oh,
that's
perfect.
it. I
All
didn't do anything. Like I never drove. Like I'll go to
Yeah,
my
too
work
far.
or so.
All right, good.
So that might help. But the other thing I did that I forgot to mention, I removed the covers to paint it because they were so raw. But that's it. I removed and put it back on. So that's nothing new
Now we
there.
gotta wipe down the fire extinguisher dust.
Yeah, sorry, I meant to wash. I was like, I'm gonna give a wash, cover everything and then give a wash, because look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
My
yeah.
C6 was covered on.
Oh no, that stuff goes everywhere.
Bro, I
Everywhere.
had to wash my garage with like water and
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
It was like gross. But yeah, that's the plan.
All right,
The car's pretty dirty, as you can see, but
we'll get her going again.
I
This
mean,
old C4.
well, explain
You know
people
my-
what you do though.
You know my first.
Well,
my
hey,
first
you had a
Corvette
C4, right?
was a white '93.
So bring it back memories though.
Bring him back. All right.
And he hates it.
Yeah, I think I did 5 OptiSparks on that one.
Are you kidding me? No, I'm selling
And I-
this
and I-
before that.
I only put 5,000 miles on that car, so it was like one with every oil change.
Oh my god, and that's a nightmare because you have to remove
Water
the
pump and
guard.
everything. It's a major pain in the ass.
That's just a bad design.
Bad design, and now all of the parts in the aftermarket are really, really bad too. I had a 94 or 95 LT1 Camaro last year, and I had to put 4 OptiSparks in it. 3 of them were bad out of the box.
Oh, so you have that issue too.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, one thing, it's once you start to deal with this LT thing, you love LS, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm an LS guy.
I was like,
I learned when I was a
bro,
little kid.
I was like, man, I can't wait to have a C5 because it's crazy. But you did a bunch of stuff on your C4, right?
Oh yeah.
You did like,
It was full bolt-ons.
and
Back then.
you put it like on brakes. I remember I asked you about the brakes.
C6 Z06 brakes,
Right,
front
right.
and rear, and
Right.
it actually did pretty good. I think it made like 3, if I remember, this is going back now. I've had my driver's license a long time. I think it made like 340 wheel
Oh,
horsepower.
that's great though.
Yeah, it did pretty good.
Sounds good.
Sounded awesome. It was no cam or anything. It was just
But it's
bolt-ons,
just
but
I don't think this car needs a cam, to be honest. Like if I can get this like sound good,
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna mess with anything. You know what I'm saying?
I have to say, they're actually surprisingly fun to drive, the C4s.
Oh really? I have a chance to
I
drive
know.
a running
If you-
one.
Yeah, if you get them in like running in good condition, and
Right.
they're actually not that bad.
Right.
It's just working on them is not
Right.
really.
Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, not to make you more pissed than you already is, it's if it sits for a long time, drains the battery. I don't know what is draining the battery. You see, I unplugged the lights,
and stuff, yeah.
but I don't know if it has to do with that door. When you close the door, the light says the door is open. So
okay.
might be the issue. Like sometimes I leave the
switch,
door up.
the door
It's
switch.
like backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I normally keep on the battery standard, so I know it's gonna be sitting outside. But
Let's get it running right first.
yeah. All right. So we have a
All
plan.
right.
Next time you guys see it, or either we had to pull the motor out, or it's gonna be running.
Putting an LS back in it.
Oh, that would be awesome. Does that fit very well, or it has a lot of modifications?
No, it fits. It fits.
Oh.
I do it all the time.
Well, that's why I cannot talk to you. Because, you know, like
Take
if
the money from diagnosing this thing and just put an LS in it.
Oh, it's not gonna pay for it, the motor though.
That's for sure.
How much is a LS1?
What? I don't know.
I'm not gonna put a 3 here.
Yeah, but I think an LS1 you could get one for like $2,500.
Ah, that's not bad.
Usually.
But then you need a ECU for.
ECU, yeah, you need all the swap parts. That's where it gets pricey.
Right. All right. We get.
Yeah,
if you get there, we get there, right? So yeah, I'll leave here and then we go from there.
All right, boys. Just like that, we are back in the garage and no C4. So Joey's gonna take care of the C4 for us. As you saw, we have a couple options. And I don't know. Joe is pretty confident that he can. The motor is not hurt, because if he's hurt, then we have to get another one or machine work that one. So the plan basically is Joe is gonna work on him. He's very capable. I'll put a couple pictures here, the kind of thing that you do. I should have it recorded there. When we're gonna pick it up or get like a final answer, what is the car, what are we gonna do with this for? I'll try to record more, but to give them credit, right? They do big time restoration. They do LS, LT4 swaps and so on and so forth. So I'm confident that they can get this car square away. And we have a couple options. If they fix it, then I'll probably ask them to fix it, because the first step is to diagnose. The car is running too lean. There's no fuel pressure. Probably the problem is on the railing forward. But again, I'm not professional. I'm just a DIY guy. So at this point, I don't want to keep throwing parts on the car. I let the professionals do. So if they can fix it and figure out what it is, maybe it's the optic spark, has to do with it. But one thing at a time, right? First we get the fuel issue, then we get the misfire and so on and so forth. If they fix it, good to go. We build the car forward. If not, if the car needs a motor, then we are talking about something else. And something else in my mind is I need to buy another motor or machine work that one, which I cannot afford to give to somebody like Joe to do. It's just too expensive, and he understands that. Like, we are pretty straightforward. So if that's the case, I'll bring the car here and then I'll probably do my first motor swap, if that's the thing. The thing is, I'm too committed with the car now, and I don't think it makes sense giving up now. So far, I'm $2,000 on this car with everything I have done so far, plus the purchasing price, right? I'm probably gonna spend 15, 20, 100 bucks to get the car running right, at least, if the problem is not massive. If it's a big problem, then we're gonna spend way more, but I don't think the car is worth nothing. I'm probably gonna lose money if the car is not running. So my goal is to get the car running, and yeah, we're too committed at this point. So I'm confident that we can do it. I'm not gonna give up now. It's just like, instead of throwing parts to it, might as well just pay somebody who has the knowledge and the skills to do it, and also the equipment, because you need a lift, you need the right tools. One thing I spoke with Joe is maybe my gauge is broke and maybe has a good fuel pressure. We don't know, so he's gonna test that too. So at this point, as I said, just give it to somebody else. But if it comes down to put another motor, yes, then we're bringing the car here and we're gonna pull that baby apart. How? No idea, but I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll get the tools. You know, the time. I'm not gonna rush. I have to get so many tools, which is good, because then you start accumulate for the next project. But yeah, that's the situation of the C4. It was pretty good to see Joe. I'm very confident that he can do it. And we'll see. I think we have 1 week and a half, 2 weeks until any update, so I'll keep you guys posted. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start work on the C6. I have a bunch of things that I need to be doing on it and I have to be pushing to is winter is coming, so it's the best time to work on the C6. I have huge plans for this for the next season, but I need to start working now before I get any confirmation on what is the situation of the C4. All right, boys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much everybody who left me a comment or like, you know, idea what could be the issue with the car. I really appreciate it, and I'll keep you guys posted. Please make sure to subscribe so you guys can follow along and we're together on this thing, I guess, right? Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Never forget, enjoy your life and work hard for it.